the O, Perspectives from Oxnard. Today, we are at the beautiful Downtown Soul Boutique and Gallery at 328 West 3rd Street in historic Oxnard. Did I say it right?
You got it,
And it's in the
Dennis.
Lopez building as well.
In the Lopez building, right.
And today, my very special guests today are two beautiful ladies, Irma Lopez and Yolanda Placencia, and they're beautiful in many ways. And today we're going to celebrate what I think Oxnard is about, helping ourselves, promoting ourselves, and helping other people in the process.
Yes.
And I thank you. Well, what is the project called?
The Rebozo Festival.
This is the Rebozo Festival.
Right.
And we have beautiful Rebozos here behind us.
Right.
And you're wearing beautiful Rebozos as well. What is a Rebozo?
Well, a Rebozo is a shawl, you know, the English word for it. But it has, especially in Mexico, I think it probably originated in Spain. But
Sure.
in different countries in South America call it different things. But they're basically, you know, a Rebozo or a shawl. But you can go from the very elegant that costs, you know, thousands of dollars for one, to what the indigenous people use for warmth, for carrying their children, you know, a very inexpensive to very expensive. You use it for every day or use it for special functions.
Yes.
And from the years that I've known about Rebozos, my wife also has some Rebozos from her country. No matter what the price range, they're all beautiful in their own way.
I agree.
And very utile as well,
Very colorful.
and very colorful. So we have the Rebozo Festival, and we're going to talk about this many times, but first, when is the Rebozo Festival?
The Rebozo Festival will be Sunday, May 18th at the Camarillo Ranch House from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And because it's a special anniversary, our 10th anniversary, we're extending it to 5 o'clock. Usually we have it from 11 to 3. So it's going to be a special event.
So it will be on May 18th. Excellent, coming up. And hopefully
Very
we'll have as beautiful weather as we always have.
Minus the wind. I
Minus,
hope.
yeah,
Right.
beautiful, you know, this county is so beautiful that we complain about wind, and we look at the weather in different parts.
That is true.
It's amazing. So, and I want to bring up the date and the event many times, but going back to the Rebozo Festival, what was the reason for this festival?
Well, I think both Yolanda and I have been involved, and many of the women that have been involved with us have been involved in our community, and we would probably, more than anything, attend a lot of fundraisers. And I remember going to a group that was our first recipient. It was a teacher that taught at the Oxnard High School District, and he didn't teach, you know, they have band, they have music. He taught mariachi music at the Camarillo High School, Channel Islands, Wainimi, Oxnard High School. So he taught this, and I used to go to his little $10 dinners, and I think, where is he ever going to make enough money to be able to support and get instruments for the children, and, you know, their uniforms and everything, besides, you know, that he taught them. And the school was also, it was part of the curriculum, but they didn't have a lot of money. We all know the first thing when the budget get tight, the first thing they do is the arts and music and all
Sure.
that, they're the first to go. So I thought, well, I want to do something to help him and help other groups that don't have, like we have. I've been on the board of the United Way, Boys and Girls Club, our Performing Arts Center, the Oxnard College Foundation, and many of these groups have professional fundraisers as their staff, what they call fund development people.
Sure.
But these small groups that are also private nonprofits, but they're mostly relying on volunteers. So I thought, we'll do something and we'll give them all the money, but they do have to be a private nonprofit. So I thought we do all the work and we just hand them a check. And it was just, he was thrilled that we were just giving him this, but it wasn't so much to him, we were giving it back to the community, because
Sure.
he was doing a great thing.
And each year you sponsor different groups.
Right.
Can you name some of the organizations that you've helped? Now this is the 10th year?
Right.
The 10th year.
10th year.
What are some of the groups that you've helped over the last 10 years?
Well, this year, for instance, it's Future Leaders of America. It's to help the youth, and they've also been recipients in the past, and they do a lot for the youth. And Irma,
Well, they've been involved, they've been around about 30 years, and I've seen their evolvement of what they have done. Before it was just high achievers and getting them into college and making sure they did. Now, they, not only the high achievers, but they're teaching them how to advocate for their communities. They go before the city councils in the different cities in Ventura. If there's areas there, such as the environment, they do their research and they go and they're a part of the process. So I think that's good. And the other group that we're funding this year is out of El Concilio here, and we've all been reading about the dreamers. These children that once they get to college, many of them do not even know. They came here as, maybe a couple of months old.
Sure.
And their parents never told them that they were not here legally. But when they get to school, all of a sudden they find out that they are not eligible to go, especially to college. So there's been new legislation done to allow these, and they're documented that they've been here as children, and to allow them to continue in their college education. But to do that, they have to, through the INS, apply, much like you apply for a passport and those fees.
Sure.
So they have to pay fees to process the paperwork. I mean,
Right.
they're not, but even $200 or $300 is a lot.
So this year's funding will help support those fees
Right.
for our dreamers, so they can go on to college.
Right.
I'm an educator myself, and quite often I had seen, people ask the question about the dropout rate, and exactly what you're saying. I've known many students who probably didn't know themselves until just before graduation that there was nothing after graduation. They didn't realize that they weren't born here.
Exactly.
And there was a ceiling. That has been lifted. And so you're supporting these students with the Rebozo Festival.
Right, our local students here in Ventura County, and again, through the El Concilio, that has, they're one of the, I don't know if the term is contractor, but they're authorized by the government to do this program, to document and get all their paperwork together. But of course, they have to have the fees to process them. So that, if we can help them, I think it's a very good thing.
It's commendable. Now, the Rebozo Festival, again, is on May 18th, which is a Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm going to come back about the history of the Rebozo Festival. I want to put those commercials in as much as I can.
Okay.
So how can somebody go to the Rebozo Festival?
Well, they can, we have a website, and they can purchase their tickets on the website, which is www.rebozofestival.org.
RebozoFestival.org. Okay.
Or we have 3 locations in Ventura County where they can purchase tickets. The tickets are $45 each, but that includes a full meal,
Right.
entertainment, we have mariachi music, and this year, because we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, we're going to have dance music too. So that's why we're going
Beautiful.
until 5. But we have, thanks to Radio Láser, we have a Grammy Award-winning singer that will be with us. And I think Yolanda can probably tell us a little bit more about her.
yes, her name is Graciela Beltran, and she was born here, but she's sings very well, and started her career when she was very young. And she started with a banda, but now she's come back with a different, want to say, a different feel of her music. She wants to do mariachi. So we're bringing her to as a special presenter of our anniversary, and to celebrate that anniversary in a special way with her.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. So there's going to be, I know there's good food.
Right.
I know there's beautiful art. There are wonderful rebozos and costumes and outfits all over. My wife loves to dress up for the Rebozo
Right.
Festival. Nobody has to push her to do that. It's showing off as well, I think.
Did you also wear, I've seen the hat you wear,
I
a
have the
typical
hat.
magazine.
Well, I'm in denial, but I need the protection as well. I mean, there's things for everybody at this. The food, the entertainment,
Wonderful margaritas and mimosas.
and I
also.
can remember, and I'm not a drinker, but I know there were many different types of tequilas that were being tasted the last couple of Rebozos I've been to,
Right.
and margaritas and what. And it's basically, it's a very fun day, but it's serving our community as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
All of that money, all of us, we call ourselves the madrinas, a committee, and madrinas in English is godmother. And this year we have a padrino, a godfather, and
Good.
that, I think 16 women and one padrino, one man. But we are all volunteers. We have no paid staff. We do this a volunteer basis, and we put in a lot of hours that we want to make sure that the money that we make goes, a majority of it goes to these nonprofits that are so in need of our help. So I think you can have a good time, and knowing that your ticket, the price of your ticket will help, and you also have, it's a tax deductible, thing. So we have our own private nonprofit. We're a private nonprofit.
So donations are tax deductible.
Whatever the IRS says, to the extent that they say we
Sure.
can.
Yes, but that is helpful for many people as well,
Right.
and another excuse to go, because it's a fun day. You're serving the community. We're going to. I want to go to a pause for a moment, and afterwards, I want to talk more about the benefits that you've given to our community, and the colorful Rebozo Festival on May 18th. We will be back with the O. My special guests today are Yolanda Placencia and Irma Lopez. We'll be right back.
I would like to explain that the Rebozo Festival is an annual event. It's an annual fundraiser event, but the Rebozo Festival is also an organization.
The community was ready for something like this, where we celebrate our culture, the positive aspects of our culture, and that's why we chose the Rebozo, because it shows warmth, it encompasses what our culture is all about.
Wearing the Rebozo is a way to show our pride. It's a way to connect with the Mexicanos who live in our community.
We're a giving culture, but many of us come from various backgrounds. Some were born here, some have migrated here, but the underlining factor about all of these women and men is that they give back to the community.
Rebozo has been in our attire, and the ladies' Mexican attire, for many, many, many years.
And we use it as the item that we focus for this annual event, but we're really raising funds to give back to our community. We give money to a wide range of organizations who benefit from our funds. These are groups that work with youth, with the art, with foster children, such a variety of organizations that we've given funds to.
Welcome back to the O. Today our special guests are Irma Lopez and Yolanda Placencia from the Rebozo Festival Madrinas Committee.
Yes.
And this year you're helping our youth with future
Leaders
of America, and also you're helping the dreamers that are here locally who want to succeed and help our
and
country as
further
well.
their educational goals.
Sure.
Yes.
Beautiful. Now, when is the Rebozo Festival this year?
Yes, again, it's Sunday, May 18th, from 11 to 5 p.m. at the Camarillo Ranch House in Camarillo.
And that's that beautiful ranch house that I see just north of the freeway when I pass by.
Yes, the
there.
very historic Camarillo Ranch House.
And I've been there before. It's a beautiful place and very centrical as well. Good parking.
Very
And,
good location.
and I remember entering, the first thing I noticed is all the colors. And we have some of the colors here.
Right.
This is just part of the spectrum though, isn't it?
Well, I think this is part of our culture, the Latino culture. We love colorful, our homes. You go to Mexico, you go to Central America, color is very important. We are not a black and white group of people. We like color. And
Now, do the ladies have to have a rebozo to go to the festival?
oh, no. They don't, but we find every year it's more, not only do they bring their rebozos, they know they can purchase one there if they want, but they also come with traditional Mexican style clothing. So now and you find the men, their significant others, but also dressing maybe with the guayabera shirts. So it's become an event to be at. Many people, for the last couple of years, we've had people that come from San Diego, from Northern California. We had Supervisor Gloria Molina from Los Angeles, heard about it, and she's been out here, had a great time, got away from the hustle and bustle of LA.
And I've met her several times. I would think she would enjoy herself at something like the Rebozo Festival.
We have this year, we have a live auction, and this year our auctioneer will be Senator Hannah Beth Jackson, who represents most of Ventura County. She loves it. She is such a good auctioneer. Yolanda can tell you, she got us some good going on with
She's very
different.
creative on how to.
And can I mention, and you mentioned Hannah Beth Jackson, but this is inclusive. You do not have to be Latino.
Oh, no.
And you do not necessarily have to even speak Spanish or.
No, this is
for everybody.
This event, that's what I love about it. It is as diverse as our community. We have people of color, Latinos, African American, Filipinos. We have Anglos there, and I love that because it's reflective of what Ventura County is all about. I grew up in Camarillo. I knew Mr. Camarillo when he lived there. It was his home, and he was very proud of his Mexican roots. His family, his father came from Mexico City, and look at what they did. He gave a lot. The church there in Camarillo, St. Mary Magdalene, was on land that not only did they donate, they built. They completely built it, furnished it. He gave the land for Camarillo High School. Just a lot of different things in Camarillo.
So we're basically we're continuing the celebration of our own community
Right.
here in Ventura County, Oxnard, and the benefit is, in this case, and for many years, the benefit has been the needy and especially the youth.
Right.
How do you decide who is benefited? Because each year there's a different organization or group, correct?
Right.
Yes.
How do you go about selecting
Well,
who benefits?
We, as the madrinas, we have a meeting and we receive all the applications of the recipients, and we select where we see the most need. That's,
And I can imagine that's probably one of the most difficult jobs.
Yes, it
as
is.
well.
Oh, it is. You
Very
want to give it to
difficult.
everyone. And I think we put it out on our website about starting in August, September, that private nonprofits can look, and if they want to apply for a grant, then they fill out the paperwork. Of course, they have to be a 501c, and people that are nonprofits, they know what that means. And so they make an application, we have a deadline, and then usually it's early December, I think, when we have a meeting.
Right.
And we bring them in, we interview them, and then we make a decision on who we're going to fund for the following year. And like you said, it's a very difficult decision. It just, like, I said, God, I wish I'd win the lottery so I could give all these, good
Sure.
organizations.
Well, and maybe that's a possibility. We need people to support the Rebozo Festival. We need people to come out. It is, I'm going to read it again, Sunday, May 18th, from 11 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock in the evening, and it is at 201 Camarillo Ranch in Camarillo,
Camino Ranch Road,
Camarillo Ranch Road
uh-huh.
in Camarillo. Can people purchase tickets at the site?
Well, I don't suggest that. I think last year we only had less than 25 tickets.
Wow.
Because we're, and especially now with having Graciela Beltran be here, we might be close to sold out. So
So-
I really encourage people to buy their tickets
So
now.
now you mentioned 3 locations here in Oxnard that people can purchase
Oh,
tickets.
yes.
Where are they?
Okay, well, we mentioned downtown Seoul, 328 West 3rd Street here in Oxnard. Another location on A Street between 5th and 6th Street is called Frida's Treasures. It's a retail store, very beautiful purses and just different things, Mexican style.
It's a boutique as
Yeah,
well.
boutique, yes. And then the third place is Select Properties on Telephone Road in Ventura. It's also the 3 locations, if you want to go on site, if you are in the area and you want to stop by and pick it up. But again, you can buy them on the internet, and I really, really encourage people to
And
do
that's
that.
at rebozofestival.org.
Yes.
Now, and people do not have to pay in cash,
They can pay on their
credit card or?
credit card or debit.
Debit? Okay, and what is the price of the ticket?
It's $45 per person.
That's cheap for helping
You
so
go,
many
you
people.
go to a brunch nowadays, many of the brunches around town at our different restaurants on the harbor and everything, they're $45 for a brunch, a very nice brunch, I enjoy it, but you don't get, the entertainment, and plus the good that we're doing to our community for the same
And
price.
can I mention that it's only 1 week away from Mother's Day as well?
Yeah. Oh, Dennis, thank you very much. I've even done this in marketing. I buy Mother's Day cards and I tell my male friends, I said, don't give your mother or your sister or your wife another pair of slippers. I know what I'm talking about. Give them a Rebozo ticket and take them. That's something that would be unique and they would love, because they would love, especially if it's your mother, time with the family, and you take them there. And they love
mothers
it.
enjoy it.
And I'm just embarrassed that you knew that I gave my wife slippers, but
This year you're going to give her tickets with the Rebozo
I think
Festival.
that's going to happen.
And
I'm
a
sure
new
that will happen.
Rebozo, hopefully.
Well, I'll let her pick out the Rebozo though. She picks out my clothes, I'll let her pick out her Rebozo as well.
Right.
But and it's fun as well. That's what there's culture, there's good food, there's good people. It's fun, and we're helping others.
Well, one of
What can be better?
One of the wonderful things, I think, when the residual effect of this is it really ended up being a culture. We're finding each year we're getting younger people, like the 20-somethings and the 30-somethings. They're younger to me, but they're learning about. Many people did not even know. Myself, I'm 3rd generation. My children are 4th generation, Ventura County resident. But they didn't even know what a Rebozo was.
Right.
And so now a lot of people know what a Rebozo is. If you're 1st generation, you know what a Rebozo is. It's used in for many different occasions in Mexico. But here, they didn't. And now I know there's a lot of people that know what a Rebozo
And
is.
it's a fashion style, let me
Right.
say.
Yes.
I know as a school teacher, when we have some of these blustery days, I've been known to come to school sometimes with my poncho from South America.
Exactly. Yeah.
And yes, the first reaction is some giggles. And the second reaction is the following days, I see some of my students bringing their ponchos too,
Right.
because they didn't realize they could.
Right.
And I've seen our youth start to use Rebozos more
Yes.
over the last 10 years. I think partly because of this festival.
I think we've had something, I don't want to take, but I know that there's been an awareness that was never there before. And we have, sometimes you hear negative things about the Latino culture, and I'm not saying that everything is always hunky-dory, but we have a lot of, our culture has been around for thousands of years, and we
Sure.
have such a rich culture, and this is one of them, a very positive, and this is what we wanted to bring to the community. We help them out, but we also, there's an awareness now that there wasn't before.
Now, Yolanda, have you been involved in the Rebozo Festival for the 10 years as well?
Yes, I've been involved for 10 years. As a matter of fact, Irma was the founder and the one with
The
the idea.
instigator.
Yes.
I invited my friends that I knew that were out there active in the community, and I knew Yolanda would be very helpful, and she has been. She has been.
Can I ask, so in this 10 years, can you mention maybe what has been the highlight? What has been the most rewarding thing that you have seen or been part of?
The most rewarding part of the 10 years for me is being able to help out our own community. Our youth, in all the different ways that we can help is the best way to give back to the community and not only have the program, but also give back to the community.
So you don't just see the check going to some agency, you've seen benefits from
Yes. Yes, of
the funds
course.
that have come from the Rebozo Festival over the years.
Yes, we have.
Beautiful. How about yourself?
Well, I want to say something that I think is very important to acknowledge, not because it's us, but in the 9 years, this will be our 10th year, so I can't count those funds that have gone out, haven't gone out yet. But in the 9 years that we have been doing this, we have raised close to $190,000 that we have given to private nonprofits. We also have an ongoing, we give a scholarship to, they're called, it's the Señoritas Fiestas Patrias. And they are our models for the Rebozos. And so
Yes.
we give their organization a scholarship every year. We also have the Women's Leadership Council out of the United Way that help, we focus on young women in foster care. And the majority in Ventura County of young women in foster care are Latina young women. And so they are able, that money enables them to help maybe get out when they age out, I think that's a term. When they're 18 years old, it's kind of difficult for me to really comprehend it, but they're out there, they're not in the program anymore, and they don't have family, and here they are, what 18-year-old? I know mine couldn't have done it at that point. I mean, we tend to keep our children for a long, at home, sometimes too long, but, but, so we help those are ongoing. But we have helped, like I said, the music program at Oxnard High School, the high school district. We have helped the women's reentry program. It started as a women's reentry program at Oxnard College. We've helped in Santa Paula, where they had the farm worker memorial there. We helped with that. We've helped, I've got a whole list here. I kind of forget, but we've helped Inglicatch, who teaches the arts to children, dance, music. We've helped them. We help parents of murdered children. I mean, just countless amounts.
And selfish in a little bit, when we help others, we're helping ourselves as well. It's our community.
Right.
And it's been an honor to see what you have done and be part only in that I've gone to the Rebozo festivals, and I have to say, above and beyond the benefits, it's thoroughly enjoyable.
Exactly.
Let me mention again, so Sunday, May 18th, a week after Mother's Day, hint, 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 and it's from 11 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening, 201 Camarillo Ranch Road. It's the old Camarillo Ranch House.
Yes, Mr. Camarillo's original home.
His original home. And tickets can be purchased, amongst other places, at Downtown Seoul here in Oxnard at 328, I wrote it in my hand,
Good for you.
328 West 3rd Street, here in downtown Oxnard.
Oh, and I just want to say something too, for those people that want to purchase Rebozos ahead of time. The woman that has these Rebozos here, right now, she's got, any Rebozo that you want to purchase is 20% off. If you come in, either purchase a ticket here or you purchase a ticket anywhere else, you can bring that ticket, and those people that have purchased a ticket to the Rebozo Festival will get a 30% discount. And that's a good, you know.
And the money, again, goes to help
Right.
our youth.
Right.
With that, I want to say once again, Sunday, May 18th, the Rebozo Festival. Get your tickets ahead of time. Support our community. Thank you, Mrs. Irma Lopez.
Thank you, Dennis.
Mrs. Yolanda
Thank you.
Placencia,
Very
thank
nice
you.
meeting
And all the madrinas and padrino that have helped in serving our community.
Thank you.
And I want to thank OMAC and Paul behind the camera as well.
Thank
This
you,
is
Paul.
the O with different perspectives in Oxnard, and go out and enjoy the Rebozo Festival.